Alrighty, here we are again. Will you make sure you've got your notes ready and you're ready to dive into multiplying and dividing land? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here we go. All right, so the top of your notes should have the same heading, 1-3A. And here we go. Now, we're going to take our learning target part first. And these statements always start with I can, because this is what you're going to master today. A lot of it should just be review. It's a matter of being sure we can keep track of which rule goes when. All right. So today it's basically I can multiply and divide integers, just like your title. Integers. And remember what integer means. That means it's all the whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all their opposites, -1, -2, -3. So basically positive and negative numbers that are whole numbers. So we're not dealing with any fractions or decimal pieces yet. Okay, just this to make sure we've got the rules down. We're solid. And then we'll dive on into rational numbers after this. All right, here we go. I got to take you on a little road trip down memory lane. All right. And I specifically want you to think about third grade. Oh, I remember third grade. I had a wonderful teacher. Her name was Mrs. Frosaker. She was an older lady, but she was just like, loved to give us some challenge work. And you always felt like, oh my gosh, I got this. I am a rock star. That's just how she can make you feel. So third grade is now when you finally got introduced to multiplication tables, probably. Maybe some of you got it sooner, but this is when I got mine. So, do you remember 2 times 4? Oh yeah, sure. 2 times 4 was 8. And then if I said, what's 2 times 3? Say, well, that's 6. Duh. I'm so above this now. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. And what's 2 times 0? 0. All right, so take a look at this pattern that's occurring here. Every time I'm taking 2 times a number and I'm gradually going down by onesies, what is happening to my answer each time? 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. So then what do you suppose if I said, what's 2 times -1 now? Because that would be following this sequence going down by ones. What does that mean my answer has to be? You're right, -2. And that means if I go to the next level and I said, well, 2 times -2 should be -4. Yes, that's true. And if you kept going and going, this pattern would keep going down by 2s and delving deeper basically into the negative even numbers. Okay? Okay. So 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times -2 is -4. 2 times -3 is -6. Okay. All right, now hold on. Let's move on to fourth grade. You mastered multiplication as a third grader, and then you got to fourth grade and you had to undo everything. Sometimes we hit a wall with this stuff, so hold your horses. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay? 2, 4, and 8, they make one of these fact families when it comes to multiplication and division. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Do you see the pattern I'm building this time? I'm always dividing by 2. I'm choosing numbers that are going down each time by a 2, so I'm going choosing even numbers, which means 0 should come next, right? 0 divided by 2 should be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's correct. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Okay. 8, 6, 4, 2. Well, logically, what would come next in my list should now be 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Should be -2. -2 divided by 2 should give me 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. -1 Yes. Yes. And if I kept going and I chose negative 4 divided by 2, that would give me negative 2. And if I chose negative 6, I would get negative 3, and so on. This pattern keeps going. Well, interestingly enough, as we start looking at this, then we start to formulate and notice some patterns that occur when we're dividing or multiplying integers. Every time we do this, I want you to basically handle it in two ways. One, you should immediately be able to look at any multiplication and division problem and tell me if the answer is going to be positive or negative. Okay? Every single time. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So the first thing I want you to do is determine what the sign of your answer is going to be. Is it positive or negative? Here's how. If you have the same signs, your answer is positive. You have two numbers, they're both positive. Duh, my answer is positive. Yeah, that's what you were doing in third and fourth grade. But we could also have two negative numbers, like negative 5 times negative 7. Oh, my answer is going to be positive. The same sign is positive. So you have positive times another positive, you get a little positive answer. If you have a negative times a negative, you get a positive answer. That means if you have different signs, your answer is negative. So one of my numbers is positive, one of my numbers is negative, the sign of my answer is negative. Okay? Doesn't matter which order you multiply in, the sign's going to be the same. Okay, so first figure out the sign of your answer, and then once you do that, then it's just straight old multiply, just like you normally would. Okay? Determine the sign, multiply or divide. Here we go. Let's look at this first one right here. Now, I wrote these as kind of a algebraic equation here. I said the variable s is equal to 4 times negative 8. So the first thing I want you to do is look at this and tell me positive or negative. Different signs, negative. Now, off to the side, just take 4 times 8 in your head to get the number value of your answer, knowing you already took care of the sign. There you go. S equals negative 32. Okay, let's look at this one. Now, I'm diving right in here. Hey, the rules apply for two numbers at a time. So let's just do these two numbers together first, okay? Negative 6 times negative 9. These two signs are the same, which means my answer will be positive 54. I now need to multiply that by negative 1, or by negative 1. A positive number times a negative number now, when I combine these guys together, different signs, you have negative answer. 54 times 1 is 54. Your final answer is negative 54. Let's just do a whole bunch of them because that's what this means. 7 times negative 3 times negative 5. So I'm multiplying three numbers together. Do two at a time. So first do 7 times negative 3. Okay, left to right. Here we go. This is negative 21. Okay, positive times negative. That's different. Now I have to take negative 21 and multiply that by negative 5. Negative times negative, same sign, positive answer. Multiply 21 times 5, and you get 105. T equals 105. This one? All right, let's take these first two. 2 times negative 1. Different signs means a negative answer, and 2 times 1 is 2. So these two combine to be negative 2. Actually, according to order of operations, I really should have done the exponent first. Okay, well, let's do that over here. Negative 8 to the second power means, okay, take this and multiply it by itself. So you have to take negative 8 times negative 8, multiply those together. That happens to give you a positive 64. So I'm going to bring that down right here. Now, to finish it off, I've got -2 times a positive 64. Different signs mean you have a negative answer. And 2 times 64 is 128. I better bump this up to make sure you can see it, okay? Look at this one. X equals -5 to the second power. What does this mean? This means you're taking -5 times -5. That's really what it means. So now when I look at that, I say, oh, same sign. That means my answer will be positive. 5 times 5 is 25. Now, in all reality, you don't have to put the plus sign in front. If it's just written as 25, it is implying positive 25. But sometimes it's helpful to put the plus sign there because that tells me, hey, I already determined what the sign is going to be, so we're good. All right, what about this one? Let a equal -9, let x equal 3, then a times x would be equal to what value? Well, let's go here. A is -9. X is positive 3. So evaluate now what -9 times a positive 3 is. Different signs, negative. 3 times 9, 27. A couple more. Here's some division ones. It's a fraction, okay? The numerator's negative, the denominator's positive. This means, since they're different, my final answer is negative. 27 over 9, oh, that's just 3. Done. Seriously, it's that easy. 440 divided by -20. Do your sign first. Positive over negative. Negative. 440 divided by 20 is 22. Done. Last one here. -63 divided by -7. The signs are the same, so your answer is positive. 63 divided by 7 is 9. T is 9. I think that's it. So your job now is to check on Schoology and see what your fabulous assignment is today. And as always, work hard and may the force be with you.